Hello everyone, welcome to series lectures of Basic Electronics. In today's lecture we are going to discuss about common source amplifier, which is similar to the CE amplifier of BJT. So we have seen CE amplifier in bipolar junction transistor. Similarly here in FET we are going to discuss about common source amplifier. So let us discuss about CS amplifier. Here this is the JFET amplifier configuration. So it is basically common configuration for FET. So what is common configuration? If we have take one particular terminal as a common, that becomes common configuration of that particular circuit. So here there are three terminals, so there are three common configurations. First one is common source configuration, which is similar to the common emitter configuration in BJT. Similarly, number 2, common gate CG configuration. It is similar to the CV configuration. Number 3, common drain CD configuration. It is similar to the CC common collector configuration. Here in FET, controlling parameter is VGS, which is known as gate to source voltage. So we have seen in previous lecture that we applied voltage between gate and source terminal, and we can control its output current, which is drain current. So this is the voltage control parameters. So its advantage is high voltage gains. We will get higher voltage than the BJT and high input impedance compared to the BJT. So these are the advantage of FET. Now let us discuss about common source amplifier circuit. So we have seen here, this is the CS amplifier circuit. In this circuit diagram, as we discussed in BJT, that there are biasing techniques, self bias, fixed bias and VDB, voltage divider bias. These techniques are used to stable the circuit. So here we can see this is the common source amplifier circuit. So in this circuit diagram we can see VGG, this is fixed voltage at gate terminal, C1 and C2, which is known as coupling capacitors. C1 is at the input terminal and C2 is at the output terminal. AC input signal is applied at gate terminal and output signal is collected from the drain terminal. So here we can see in this circuit diagram, source terminal is grounded. Here we can see source terminal is grounded. Now basically we are providing our input at gate terminal. We will get our output at drain terminal and source terminal is become grounded. So this is known as common source amplifier circuit. So here we can see one equation is derived here. Where it comes from? So it is coming from KVL at the output side. So here we can see in this circuit diagram, first VDD, that is your output voltage. So apply KVL output voltage side, or we can say output side. So VDD minus IDRD minus VDS across transistor, across FET. So we have to find output voltage, that means it is basically VDS. So make a VDS as a subject. So VDS is equal to, it becomes VDD minus IDRD. So this is the equation, and from this we can stable this circuit and we will get perfect output at the VO. So this is the common source amplifier. Still it hasn't any perfect stability, so we have to use here VDB, which is known as voltage divider bias. So this is the perfect circuit diagram for amplification. So that's why CS amplifier with voltage divider bias. So what is the difference between voltage divider bias and other circuit? Here we can see, we have seen before RG, that is gate resistor. It is divided into two resistors. So that's why R1 and R2, which is basically parallel. So here it is known as voltage divider bias. So here in this circuit diagram we can see R1 and R2 is divided. So that is known as voltage divider bias. So this is the voltage divider bias circuit. RG is divided into R1 and R2. Now we have to apply KVL at the output side. So at output side, if we apply KVL, that becomes like this: VDD, here we can see VDD minus IDRD minus VDS minus IDRS. Now remember this thing here, across this RS is current ID, because ID is equal to IS. We can write IS as well, but here ID is equal to IS, so I mention here ID into RS. Now we have to subtract VDS, so VDS is equal to, it become VDD minus IDRD minus IDRS. We have to fix this resistor's value and appropriate voltage, then after we will get perfect stability of this circuit diagram, and then we will get perfect output at the VDS. So here we can see in this graph we will get 180 degree phase shift to the input. If we apply input at 0 degree, then we will get output which is starting from 180 degree. So it is 180 degree phase shift between the input and the output. So now here are the features and applications of CS amplifier. So first feature is number 1, high input resistance. As we have learned in first lecture that its input impedance is high, because at that time gate and its region is directly not connected. Between there is a one layer which is known as silicon dioxide. So its input resistance is higher compared to the BJT. Number 2, low output resistance. So here we can conclude that input resistance is high and your output resistance is low. So it transfers the resistance. That's why it is known as a transistor. We have discussed earlier, transfer plus resistor is known as transistor. Number 3, high voltage gain. That's why we prefer this compared to the BJT. So its voltage gain is higher than the BJT. And number 4, 180 degree phase shift between the input and output, as we discussed here. We will discuss about in characteristics. Now its applications: preamplifier in audio circuit, number 2 as a voltage amplifier, number 3 in a PA system, and number 4 in the radio and TV amplifier circuits. We are going to use CS amplifier with voltage divider bias. So here we can see this is the characteristics of CS amplifier. So this is the basically drain curve, or we can say drain characteristics or output characteristics of CS amplifier. So in output characteristics there are 3 different types of regions. Below it is cutoff region, then ohmic region, and here this side it is. So these are the 3 region we already discussed in previous lecture. Now we can see here red straight line, which is known as DC load line, which is the connection between the ID and VDS. So voltage to current, we plot a straight line which is connecting between the 3 regions, which is passing between the 3 regions, is known as DC load line. Now here we can see in this load line there is a one point, Q point. If your Q point is below, that means your CS circuit works as a switch. If your Q point is above, then it is also works as a switch. If your Q point is center, like this we can see here, so it works as an amplifier. So here we draw it in center. That means we have to work like a amplifier. So here we plot one input waveform here. We can see this is the input waveform, and from this input waveform we can plot output waveform. Now it is starting from like center to maximum. Similarly here we can see it is center to maximum. So here in output we can see it is VDS is minimum first, then after it becomes maximum. So that means it is the difference between the input and output, which is 180-degree phase shift. Here we can see this is the CS characteristics. As we discussed earlier, DC load line is constructed by joining 2 points ID and VDS. Now actual position of Q point on DC load line is generally positioned at the mid center point of the load line. It is because of class A amplifier, or we can say class A operation. So here common source JFET amplifier is 180-degree out of phase with the input signal. Here we can see this is the NMOS CS amplifier waveform. First here we can see this is the input waveform, and below it is the output waveform. So there is a difference, 180-degree phase shift between input and output. Here we can see that in waveform. So that's it for today's lecture. If you have any query related to this common source amplifier, you can mail me on this email address. Till then, keep reading, keep learning. See you soon in next coming lecture. Thank you.